Sir, meron po kasi earlier this month to the Honorable Chairman, kumakalat na post sa Chinese social media platforms. And instead of just limiting yung discussion sa West Philippine Sea, parang expanded na po yung kanilang claim. Lately, their claim now is that nagsasabi na ang China ay nagmamay-ari at namamahala sa Palawan for a period of 1,000 years sa Zhenghe Island. Ito rin daw yung basis for the island to return to China. Are you aware po, sir, of this post in relation to yung West Philippine Sea issue natin?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, you can proceed.
Yes, sir. The Philippine Coast Guard is aware of the social media post that is circulating in the different social media platforms.
Mr. Chair, I think the committee secretary, just for the information of the body, is the committee secretariat prepared to flash this figure 1 po? Para lang makita natin. Let's not give it dignity. We will not play the video. But just to have, para may idea lang po ang ating mga mamamayan kung ano po yung itsura nitong post. Ito po yon. Is this the same post that you're referring to, Commodore Tariela?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Mr. Chair, with your permission, I wish to bring attention to this honorable committee these screenshots showing an individual defending China's false claims over Palawan online. These comments were captured by the Facebook page Palawan Daily as part of efforts to debunk these false claims. This is a disturbing example of blatantly fake claims which are now spreading across the internet. While these claims are clearly ludicrous, there is no telling how many people may believe it or what kind of effect such belief could have. What is clear, however, is that there are individuals or entities who consciously created this content, clearly aiming to undermine our national sovereignty. So as you can see po, aside po sa post na, yung sa right side po, yung lumalabas actually, parang video po siya, but then even in the comments, there are people defending this. And I think it would be hard for us to determine the authenticity of these persons, Chinese nga po yung characters, that is, an issue po ng fake news in relation to the West Philippine Sea is that some of the actors are beyond our territory po, no? So that's another aspect that would add complexity to the regulation of these things. But we'll go into that po siguro with TikTok later on. So, Commodore Tariela, sa buong panahon mo po sa PCG, nakarinig ka na ba ng parehong balita na kinaklaim ng China ang Palawan? Kailan po ninyo unang nalaman na may kumakalat na balita na sinasabing pag-ari ng China ang Palawan?
Well, Mr. Chair, this is the first time that I heard about this, about the social media post. That kind of claim has never been done before by the People's Republic of China. This is their new narrative right now.
Ang dating narrative po nila ay simply limited to the surface features in the West Philippine Sea po, no? But
yes,
never have they claimed Palawan as having their ownership.
Yes, sir.
At kung nakita po ninyo yung comment, kasama rin po yung isang comment doon, kasama na rin daw yung Luzon Island na inhabited daw ng China at pagmamay-ari po nila. Is that the first time for you to hear this claim also?
Yes, sir.
Ano po ba ang, well, if this is the first time, then we, obviously, for us, walang claim, walang basis naman po yung claim. Upon hearing this po, I know this is now, ano po yung magiging reaction ng PCG in relation to this?
Well, the reaction, sir, of the national government is that we asked the National Historical Commission to directly debunk such historical claim of the People's Republic of China or whoever spread that fake news or misinformation. The position of the Philippine government is saying that Palawan and the entire island of Luzon has long been part of the Philippine archipelago.
So, ang usual response po natin is to fight it with information, proper information naman po.
Yes, sir.
But that does not take away the fact na this would be circulating pa rin online, sir, no?
Yes, sir.
Ang PCG po ba ay active in requesting for takedown of such information sa social media platforms? In this case, for example, TikTok.
Yes, sir. In coordination with the Philippine Information Agency, sir.
Sir, can you please give us an idea po kung ano yung proseso po ng PCG in relation to? Kasi the way that I see it, although lahat po tayo ay biktima nito, the agency most involved would be the PCG po, no? Kayo rin ang, parang ito ay attack sa inyo because this would be your area of responsibility. Ano po yung process po ninyo when trying to debunk these claims po?
Well, especially if it concerns our operation, sir, that clearly countering our factual narrative. We relay our concern to the Philippine Information Agency, the PIA, which is also under the PCO, and since PIA has established connection with Meta, that's the only time that we can wait for any response, whether it will be taken down or we have to wait for, or we have to provide for additional information to be taken down by Meta, sir.
Commodore Tariela, through the Honorable Chairman, meron po ba kayong opisina na task para ma-monitor mga online activities or information, lalo na nagmumula sa China?
Right now, sir, the Commander of the Philippine Coast Guard, Admiral Ronnie Hilgavan. Originally, sir, my designation is the spokesperson of the Coast Guard for the West Philippine Sea. My office was only Philippine Coast Guard West Philippine Sea Transparency Office. But it has already upgraded to Philippine Coast Guard West Philippine Sea Transparency Group. And that now includes monitoring of social media platforms that spread fake news and misinformation.
Sir, ito po ba ay kasama sa original mandate ng PCG? Or is this part of the evolving new frontier nga po na tinatawag nila sa conflict over the West Philippine Sea?
This is part of our evolving role right now, especially that the national government is supporting the Transparency Initiative to make the Filipino people understand and be aware of what's happening in the West Philippine Sea. And the only way that we can be more successful in creating awareness and right information to the Filipino people is also to safeguard the spread of fake news, sir, to have it prevented to proliferate in the social media platforms.
I see. Generally po kasi, Commodore, ang pagkakaintindi po namin sa PCG, no, ay napaka-physical po dapat ang ating role, no? Kayo po talaga ang defenders of the West Philippine Sea as our internal waters there. Kayo po ay nandun, kayo po ay talagang watching over yung mga transgressions, ngunit ngayon, it seems to be yung transgressions are also appearing in the cyberspace. Ano po yung epekto po nito sa ating soberenya? Kasi isa iba po, ang minsan sinasabi nila, these are just words. And this would not really affect, it should not affect us. But do you stand by that sentiment po?
You know, sir, one of the main reasons why President Bongbong Marcos, through the National Task Force West Philippine Sea, supported the Transparency Initiative, because he basically inherited a nation wherein Filipino people, right after he assumed the presidency, there's a very limited information that Filipino people learned about the West Philippine Sea. From 2016 to 2022, there are very small portions of information that we told the Filipino people. And for the President to only deliver his commitment of not surrendering a square inch of our territory to any foreign power, he has to get the support of the Filipino people. And the Filipinos will not be supporting our fight in the West Philippine Sea if they do not know what's happening in the West Philippine Sea. So with the transparency effort that we're doing now, as we can now see from different surveys, more Filipinos are being aware of what's happening in the West Philippine Sea. And that's, you know, as what Justice Carpio said, our fight in the West Philippine Sea is intergenerational. It is important for the younger generation, especially, to understand our fight in the West Philippine Sea. That's why our fight for fake news and misinformation is very important for us to sustain our fight for sovereignty.
Thank you, sir. I would agree with that po, no? As mentioned actually by Secretary Ruiz. For example, ako po, generation namin, we're not aware already of the Sabah issue. And I fear that might be what will happen, no, with the West Philippine Sea with this continued disinformation. So we're glad to know po na at least the PCG, despite your mandate being the actual physical defense of the West Philippine Sea, physical monitoring and the regulation of that area, we're glad to know po na that you're evolving. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be that case. We will try to do our best here in this committee to combat at least yung cyber aspect of the of that front. Pero in relation to that po, Commodore Tariela, through the Honorable Chairman, we really have to make all these actions to counter this map expansion tactics ng China, whether it's in the actual or the cyberspace po, no? Pero do you have any recommendations po in relation to this disinformation front of the West Philippine Sea?
Well, I think, sir, it's important for us to make the bloggers or any other social media influencers to understand the limitation of freedom of speech, especially if it has something to do with national security concern. Sometimes it's very easy for bloggers or any social media influencers to say that West Philippine Sea, we do not have bases, that the Philippines is the one escalating the tension, those kind of things. They can hide from the constitutional freedom of speech, but again, that concerns our national security. So if there's something that the Congress can do, that is to make sure that we have to prevent them from hiding from that constitutional right, and to also give so much significance when we talk about national security.
Thank you, Commander Riela. I would tend to agree with that po, no? But just in addition po siguro for the consideration of the committee, an issue lang po is at least in some instances, meron nga pong false narratives, fake news by vloggers. But in addition to that, what makes it harder in the cyberspace is some of them even hide behind anonymity po, no? So that's another aspect of the regulation, if ever, that the committee would, if the committee would recommend it, I think we also have to look into the interplay between yung actual vloggers who are expressing legitimate freedom of expression, subject of course to proper limitations in relation to fake news, and those that are probably bots po, no, or non-persons who actually should not be exercising any of these rights.